Good morning, everyone. Here we are finishing up another week of virtual preschool, and I am really glad that you decided to join me for circle time today. So let's see what day of the week it is. The last day of school we had was Wednesday, Thursday, so today is Friday. Yes, so let's move that rainbow arrow down to Friday. There we go. And who remembers the name of our month? Yes, January. So let's go ahead and count these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. What comes next? 28. And let's figure out what the picture is going to be. Snow person, hat, mitten. What's next? Snow person, yes. So we have a number 28 with a snow person on it. Well, this was yesterday, the 3's class, so we need to do one more. 26, 27, 28, 29. Yes, and the picture will be snow person, hat, mitten, snow person, hat. Yes. So we have a number 29 with a hat on it. So let's say the whole date. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. And this, my friends, is our last week of January. Next week we start a new month. I'm going to try to remember not to tell you it right now, though. So ask your mom and dad if they can, or your grandma and grandpa if they can tell you what month starts next week. All right? So let's see here. We need to do the weather. So look out your window to see if it is partly cloudy, cloudy, sunny, windy, rainy, stormy, or snowy. And you'll want to step out the door to feel the temperature. Does it feel burning hot, hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold? And remember, you can ask your mom and dad to look on their weather app to tell you what the temperature in numbers actually is. All right, so we have been talking about safety this week, right? We read one book that talked about all different kinds of safety, and we read a book about fire safety. So today I have two different books to show you. We're not reading both of the whole books. One of them, I'm going to read part of it because it's about some traffic safety and like street safety and stuff like that. And the other one just has pictures of traffic signs, like street signs that you would see as you're driving down the road. I didn't really have a good book with all of it in it, so I have two books to show you. So we will start with the first one. So this one is called Stay Safe, and it has a lot of different things about safety in it, but we're not going to read all of them. I'm just going to find the two that I wanted to read. So this section is called Road Safety. We all need to use streets, but it's important to learn how to stay safe. Cars, bikes, and trucks are heavy and fast. What could happen if one hit you? So this little bubble here, not really a bubble, but sort of, says, watch out. On the sidewalk. When you walk down the street, stay on the sidewalk and keep away from the curb. Walk close to the adult you are with. Keep your eyes and ears open. Star tip. When you go out at night, try to wear or carry something white or that glows. Then drivers can see you in the dark. I'm sure you might have experienced that, right? If you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you see somebody, but they're all dark so you can barely see them. It's better to wear something that's shiny or reflective, right? So that the lights on your car will bounce off and you'll be able to see that person. So this is a quick quiz. It says, how do these help to keep people safe on the street? So I'm just going to point them out, and I want you to think about how these things keep people safe. So you see there's a car seat. There's somebody wearing a helmet. There's a seat belt. This is a reflective harness. So that's something that would glow if your headlights hit it from the car. And also there is a fence. So these are all things that can help you stay safe, right? A car seat would keep you safe if you were in a car accident, right? That helps protect you because you're smaller than an adult, and a seat belt will not protect you like it will an adult. A helmet will help protect your head if you're rollerblading or biking or scootering, those types of things, just in case you fall and hit your head. Your head's kind of the most sensitive part of your body, so you don't want to harm it. The reflective harness, remember, that's if a car is driving down the street and you're out walking in the dark. This is so that the people in the car can see you. And a fence is used to keep our pets in and to keep people out, right? So that protects us from animals that might not be super friendly. Most animals are friendly, but some of them aren't, so we have fences to warn us about them. Okay? So let's see here. It says, do it. Some people drive too fast. Make a sign that warns drivers to slow down. What picture would you put on it? What would your sign say? So that's a good idea. You could do that by your house, right? Make a sign like that. So it says, think about it. Your friend wants to play soccer on the sidewalk. What do you do? What do you think? Do you think playing soccer on the sidewalk, do you think that's the best place to play soccer? Because where could the ball go accidentally when you kick it if you're on the sidewalk? Yeah, it could accidentally go into the road, right? And remember, if a ball goes in the road, you don't ever chase after it. You go get a grown-up to get it, all right? So here we have another section that's called safe crossings. Sometimes we have to cross the street. This can be tricky and needs a lot of care. Always use crosswalks. They are the safest place to cross the street. And I think there's a crosswalk sign in our next book, so I'll show you that, just in case you don't know what a crosswalk sign looks like. Safety first. Crosswalks. When you cross the street at a crosswalk, be sure to look both ways, left and right. Some crosswalks have a button that you push to make the signal change. Always wait until it's safe to cross. Watch out. Crossing the street. Never cross the street by yourself. Wait until a grown-up tells you it is safe to cross. Walk across the street quickly. Do not run. Keep your eyes and ears open for traffic. Think about it. You want to cross the street. Who can help you? So think about some people who could help you cross the street. Okay, so that's the part I'm going to read you in that book. So now I'm going to show you some traffic signs in this one. Let me move this over here too. So this is called I Read Signs, and you can see on the front, this one says playground, and it has a picture of a kid running. So this is a sign that tells us there's a playground nearby, right? And that's important for drivers because they should know to watch extra careful for kids running and playing, right? So let's see what we have in here. So here are some signs that we sometimes see at a crosswalk. This one says walk. So when you see this light, it's safe to walk, but you always still look both ways because sometimes drivers aren't paying attention. So even if the walk sign is up, look left and right before you cross. This one says don't walk. So when you see this one, you don't ever walk, right? Even if you don't see any cars coming, it's safest to just follow the signs. This is a speed limit sign, and up here on top of it, it says school. So this means that you are near a school, and usually the speed limits near a school are lower, so you're not driving as fast, so it's safer for kids. Here's another playground sign. Okay, this one is a beware of dog sign. This one you need to pay attention to, and you can see it's behind a fence. Remember there was a fence in the other book? This one you should pay attention to because that might mean that that dog could bite you. All right, so if it says beware of dog, don't stick your hands through the fence to pet the dog. Never do that anyways unless you know the dog, right? But this is especially a warning that a dog could bite you if you try to climb the fence or stick your hand through it. All right, most dogs are friendly, but if we don't know them, we always ask first. This says do not enter, exit only. So that's somewhere you would not drive your car. You would not go in that spot. You would have to go in a different spot. Here are some no parking signs. That means you don't park there and you don't park your car there. This is a sign for a fire hose. I bet a lot of you know what this one is. Do you know what this one is? Yes, a railroad crossing, and that's important for cars to know too, because you don't want to drive across a track when a train is coming, right? This one says taxi. Taxis are those special cars, sometimes they're yellow, that can drive people to their locations they need to go. Danger, keep out. Always pay attention to this one. If you see this sign, don't go in, all right? Who knows what this one means? I bet a lot of you know what this one means. Stop. Yeah, that's a stop sign, and cars are always supposed to stop at stop signs, and you can bug your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa if they forget to stop at a stop sign. Sometimes people forget. This says no left turn. This one says keep right. Here's an exit sign. So this always is in buildings. It tells you where you can go out. What else do we have here? No standing. I think that's a bus sign. No standing doesn't mean standing on your feet. It means cars can't just stop there and sit because there is a bus that might be pulling up, right? You guys have seen bus stops around, right? Oh, this one says pitch in. This is for a garbage can. That means throw your garbage in the garbage can. Don't throw it on the ground. This one says people working. So you see these ones around where there's like construction or road work or utility work going on. And that helps to warn drivers to watch out for those people. I've never seen a hill sign before, but there you have a hill sign. This one says bump. I've seen these signs before, but the funny thing is, I don't know that I've ever seen one that was actually by a bump. So if these are for bumps in the road to warn drivers to slow down, but I'm not sure how accurate they are because I've never seen one that was actually by a bump. This one says caution, watch for children playing. You might see this in a neighborhood where there's lots of kids, so drivers know to watch out and be careful. This says detour, has a street sign. This one is a bike route, so that tells you where you can ride your bike. Low flying planes. I don't know that I've actually ever seen one of these, but you might see this near an airport. No smoking. That's a good sign to have. Dead end. That means that a street ends and it doesn't go any further. So it just warns the driver ahead of time that they won't be able to go any further. This is a funny one. It says pull. That means that you should pull the doorknob. Wouldn't really call that a street sign. And push. So that one means you push the door open. Again, not a street sign. All right, so that is the I Read Signs book. So now I have some work to show you. All right, so this is still kind of from the other day when we were talking about fire safety. Remember we had that little sequencing activity that tells how to stop, drop, and roll if your clothes were ever catch on fire. And just a reminder that that's not something you need to worry about. Most people never have their clothes catch on fire, but it's important to know what to do if it were to happen. All right, so it's stop what you're doing, drop to the floor, and roll around until you put the fire out. Okay, so this is in your packet, and this is to make a little book about stop, drop, and roll with a puppet to act it out. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is cut on these lines. So these are all the pages of your book. So you're going to cut them all out, remembering to keep your thumb up, holding the paper with your helper hand. Okay, so now let's see. I need to put my name on the front of this, or on the front of the book. Miss Mika. All right, so this is the front of the book. So that's going to go first. Then you're going to find the page with the number 1 on it. This one says stop. Then you're going to find the page with the number 2 on it. This one says drop. Then you're going to find the page with the number 3 on it, and this one says roll. So then you can have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa help you to staple this together into a little book. And then on the pages, I'm not going to do it for you right now, but you can trace the word stop. You can trace the word drop. And you can trace the word roll, and you can color the pictures if you want. Now, there's also something kind of fun to go with this book right here. There's a little puppet. So you're going to cut this out, or if this is a little too much cutting for you, you can have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa cut it out. But I bet a lot of you could cut this out all by yourself. As long as you remember to keep that thumb up and hold on to the paper with your helper hand. Okay. All right, so this one you're going to write your name on it here. Miss Mika. And then see this little person on the other side? You're going to color that to look like you. Okay, this is going to be a little puppet of you. After you color it, you're going to fold this in half. We're going to put some glue. You can use a glue stick, actually does work for this. So you could use a glue stick or white glue if you want it, and put glue on part, see that, of each side of this popsicle stick. And then you're going to put this part, put it inside there, stick it down like that, and then you have a puppet. All right, so as you're reading the book, as it tells you to do the different things, you can do them with your puppet. So when it says stop, stop your puppet. It says drop, you can drop your puppet, and when it says roll, you can roll your puppet. Okay, so that is one fun activity you can do. So the next one, these ones have to do with traffic and street safety and stuff like that. This is to make a traffic signal. So you're going to cut out each of these circles, all right? And I'm not going to do that right now because it's getting kind of, our circle time is getting a little long. So you're going to cut out each of these circles. Then you're going to glue them onto this black piece of paper in the correct order that a traffic signal would be, all right? If you don't know, ask your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa to take a little drive to a traffic signal that's near your house. And then I want you to look and see what color is on top, what color is in the middle, and what color is on the bottom, all right, of our traffic signal. So red always means, does anyone know? Stop. Yellow means to slow down and get ready to stop. And green means go. All right, so we've got our little traffic signal to make. Then there is also a whole little packet here of different street signs that you can hang up at your house to practice learning what they mean. Okay, if you want, you can cut them out on the lines, or your mom and dad can cut them out. So you can use them in different ways, or you can just keep them on the paper and hang them up and practice them, all right? So that is what I have for you today. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see a lot of you at Packet Pickup today. So have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.